That is actually how the left wing thinks about a lot of things. It doesn't matter preferences. It doesn't matter choices. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you actually want to do. What matters is equal outcomes no matter what. And that in itself is not fair. That in itself is not actually just. The fact of the matter is, we cannot accomplish equal outcomes in life outside of tyranny, outside of taking freedom away. And that is what Biden is planning to do by obliterating the suburbs and integrating all people together. Thomas Sowell, who is an economist, you guys have heard me talk about him a lot. Here is what he says about all of this when this was happening under the Obama administration. He says it better than I can. It's a little bit long, but I think it's worth it for me to read to you what Thomas Sowell says. In what may be the most ambitious social engineering project undertaken by the federal government, the administration is mapping every neighborhood in America by race. The stated purpose is to use the data to compel local officials to loosen zoning laws and build more public housing, thereby offering more poor inner city minorities better opportunities for housing and education. But the unstated purpose is forced racial integration. The suburbs are just too white for Obama and his race-mongering social engineers. Remember, Thomas Sowell is black saying this. They think they geospatially discriminate against minorities. Never mind that more and more middle-class black people are flocking to them on their own. Individuals and groups of all sorts have always differed from one another in many ways. Throughout centuries of history and in countries around the world, left to themselves, people tend to sort themselves out into communities of like-minded neighbors. This has been so obvious that only the intelligentsia could misconstrue it, and only ideologues could devote themselves to crusading against people's efforts to live and associate with other people who share their values and habits. When the world fails to conform to their vision, the intelligentsia, then it seems obvious to the ideologues that it is the world that is wrong, not their vision that is uninformed or unrealistic. One of the political consequences of such attitudes is the current crusade of Attorney General Eric Holder. Remember, this was during the Obama administration that he wrote this, to force various communities to become more, quote, inclusive in terms of which races and classes of people they contain. Undaunted by a long history of disasters, when third parties try to mix and match people or prescribe what kind of housing is best, they act as if this time it has to work. That is always true of left-wing proposals. To those with the crusading mentality, failure only means that they should try again at other people's expense, including not only the taxpayers, but also those whose lives have been disrupted or even made miserable and dangerous by previous bright ideas of third parties who pay no price for being wrong. Oh, that is so true. He loves to say things like that the elites, the intelligentsia, that these ideologues come up with these terrible ideas, and they never have to pay the price of being wrong because they are in their insulated bubble. They are in their rich, wealthy, gated communities, and they don't have to worry about the consequences of integrated neighborhoods that are going to end up obliterating the suburbs and making them more like cities. They don't have to pay the price of being wrong. You do.